5 minutes. Is there anyone who wishes to speak?
Good evening, Spiro Condos, 1760 Hillcrest Drive, representing the Business Improvement District. Talking about parking meter rates and free parking. It was our understanding that the city was considering eliminating the free parking in our downtown and going with paid parking for the entire year. The Business Improvement District, along with Visit Lake Geneva, worked very hard and spent a lot of money to bring people to Lake Geneva, especially over the shopping season. The businesses downtown have a lot of competition ahead of them. Other communities have free parking. They have parking ramps that are free. You're in competition with the shopping centers that have free parking. And you're also in competition with businesses like Amazon, these people that are online. So the businesses in the downtown have a lot that they are competing against, and not just the weather. So it would not be a good idea to start charging for parking. We use that as a marketing tool, that we have free parking over the winter season in order to bring people to Lake Geneva. I understand that raising revenue is important. You guys have done, the mayor and the city council, you've done an excellent job of raising revenue. But sometimes you got to look at the big picture, and you want to make sure that the ends justify the means. And there's something that we could offer as a way to continue to make money, is that some ideas that you could possibly raise the fine in order to recover some of those costs from $20 to $25 if somebody was to get a ticket. Keep the hourly rates the same, but raise the fine ticket, which would bring you more than enough money. I'm sure your meter supervisor could figure that out by looking at all the tickets that were issued. And I think that you would bring in more money. But I would ask that you keep it free parking for the businesses from November until the end of March. And again, I think you'll be able to make up those revenues by increasing the ticket fine. And that'll allow them to market their businesses and keep the downtown businesses thriving. It's our tool. So please consider that. And I want to thank a lot of the business people for being here. And there's a few that have gone out of their way. Roger Wolf has gone out of his way to get the business people motivated on this. So thank you for your time.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak?
Hi, Sarah McConnell, 21 Lakeview. I'm also the manager of a shop on Broad Street. I'd just like to explain, when we have free parking, oftentimes the tourists they'll pop into the shop and they'll say, do I have to park? And when I say no, we have free parking right now, they literally will do a little happy dance. They are so thrilled when that happens. And bad weather is hard on us all year round, but in the winter, it's brutal. Our rent does not go down in winter, but our shop, the number of people shop offer, helps bring people to the downtown area. And I also hear from a number of people in the city, the Chicago people will not mind this, that they have to pay all year round. I am a former Chicago person. I lived in Wrigleyville. And if we want to compare some things, I lived very close to the stadium and only paid $2 an hour. Plus, they have free parking on Sunday in Chicago in most of the areas. Most of the people coming and shopping up here are not from the downtown loop area, where it is very, very expensive. That's not where they're from. They're from Naperville. They're from Aurora. They're from the suburbs where they probably don't pay anything. And if they do, it's very minimal. Or, like you said, they go to the mall and it's free. So we're competing against all of that. And I did just a little bit of comparison. Street parking in Milwaukee, it's 25 cents to $1.50 an hour. You know, it's just, there's so many things we come up against. Trying to keep the downtown area unique, having our unique shops, not the big, you know, chains in here, and every little bit just kind of nicks away at that. So we'd really appreciate if you would reconsider, you know, taking away the one little thing we have to offer when it is lousy outside. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak?
Hi, I'm here to talk about the rescinding of the parking for during the winter months. My name is Roger Wolf. I run the Jane Boutique in town. Along with my wife and I, we used to own the Bouterie in that same location. So I've been in business for 17 years in town. Our downtown is a regional shopping center. We are in competition with all other regional shopping centers and downtowns, major shopping districts, Madison, Rockford, Milwaukee, Brookfield, Schaumburg. We're in competition with all of them. Business owners and staff work hard and spend time, energy, and money to promote their businesses, and in so doing, they promote the entire downtown. Not only do we struggle to earn a living and to give your local constituents a place to earn a living, but we act as ambassadors for the town every day we're open. Your intention is to remove an important layer of promoting goodwill to our customers during a tough business time of the year because of how weather affects the outdoor shopping venue. It seems clear that council has been trying to find any reason possible to expand revenues from people coming to town to shop, eat, and just enjoy the ambience. Council seems the idea that the town is so much busier and that the businesses are doing so well that the city should be able to grasp some of that action too. Apparently, most of council doesn't understand the retail world and how difficult the last few years have been, and the money and business that we've lost during that time. And now we're dealing with labor shortages, increase in labor costs, and a new one now, many of us are experiencing, is an increase in rental costs that are tearing at everybody's bottom line. And so it's kind of laughable to me when I hear council, and it's been reported in the paper a couple times, when I hear council talking about the confusion of our customers are feeling by the free meters. As if to say customers are disgruntled by not having to pay $2 an hour to park in town. I'm pretty much guessing that the 15 seconds of confusion by a meter-paying visitor is quickly gone once they realize the nice gesture that they have been given by the city of Lake Geneva of free parking. In the business community, we see the free parking as a marketing tool that's been mentioned before. It is a generous gift to our customers to not have to stand in nasty weather to enter their license plate, then waiting for all the prompts. It is a kind, inviting gesture for our partners that shows them, our patrons rather, that shows them that the city appreciates them coming into town. And believe me, and you've heard this before from Sarah, when people do come in town, they look forward to and they ask, when is the free parking going to start? And plus it is a common practice for many communities to offer free parking during the holidays at a minimum, to entice customers to shop their local businesses. It's a bad decision to make our city less than welcoming to our shoppers and diners, the greatest percentage of who are from out of town. And reverse the current free parking will make us as a community that is unreasonable and indifferent to our guests. It's a PR nightmare. And finally, it's about the money. I get that, we all get that. And I don't believe that the costs, though, substantiate the revenue earned and the marketing benefits lost during that difficult wintry time of the year if you go to year-round parking. And then the last thing, basically, is I get it. Speedo has already mentioned that too. We all get it. The city needs funds. We've been generous. We've been very supportive of the meters, and of course the rates have gone up. And the city has done an unbelievable job in the last couple of years in raising revenue. And we understand that. And the businesses, though, we do our part. We're happy to do our part to generate a lot of the traffic that comes to town. And we're happy to provide those customers who pay the meters, who build up all that extra cash that we've been able to get. But we don't think you want to go over the threshold of asking too much and then getting pushback and customers saying Lake Geneva is not worth it. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else?
Hello. My name is Steve Monticello from Haberdapper, 253 Broad Street. Just want to say thank you for allowing me this opportunity to speak to you guys today, Ms. Mayor and the elected city board. First off, I want to thank you guys for the show must go on leadership that you guys displayed the last 2 years. It was great. You guys have common sense, you had compassion, you had empathy. I think you guys understood what the town, what the world was going through. You guys opened up or had ideas of allowing us to put things outside on days that we weren't allowed, normally not allowed to do that. So we really liked that idea that you guys had. It just kind of showed us that you guys had compassion and empathy. You guys kind of felt what we were feeling at that time. So with that being said, I'm respectfully asking the mayor and the city board to reconsider passing the year-round paid parking for many reasons. The off-season months hit us hard and they hit us fast. The weather gets really harsh. The traffic volume diminishes very quickly. Nothing changes in regards to rent and costs, all that occur. Snow keeps falling and the businesses shovel that snow off those sidewalks. In the past, the free parking days were established to assist businesses and customers to get through those tough months. And I understand going after the tourists in our downtown sounds really good on the exterior, but the optics are bad on so many levels. So many of our neighbors from Williams Bay, Delavan, Elkhorn, Lyons, Burlington, I know they're not part of the free parking that the city or the locals are given, but they are locals. They're our neighbors. I look at them as that. And I know that during the season that it's busy, a lot of folks, a lot of locals, the official, real deal locals, they avoid downtown. They know that tourists are there, there's no parking, it's crazy. So they avoid that town and they kind of save those spots for the tourists. And then when the tourists go home, the kids are back in school, we see all of those faces. Your uncle your crazy uncle in Elkhorn, or your sister that now lives in Lyons, or your brother that just moved to Burlington. They're now clumped in with all of those tourists or flatlanders from other parts. I don't like that. These folks are our locals. They know the town. They know it can be overwhelming during the season. They avoid it during the season, and then they come and they give us support during that free parking times. It gives them a sense of being part of our town. Also, it's funny, between the online shopping that Speedo mentioned, big box stores like Walmart, Target, Best Buy, all of those places have free parking. You park there for free. And the irony is that when I drive through those intersections, I see a lot of our resources like police, fire, emergency rescue. A lot of those resources are being used in those areas where the free parking is. And the irony is the businesses downtown, the mom and pop shops, we're gonna have to suffer for it. So I hope you guys reconsider the year-round parking. It may not affect some of the customers in my store, but the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, and I think it just helps the whole town as a whole. So thank you for your time.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak?
Hello, RJ Morgan, 772 Main Street from Kilwins. Here also to contest this concept of paid parking year-round. I moved to Lake Geneva in 2017. In that short period of time, parking has doubled in cost. The period of time where free parking was there has shrank by a month. And I completely agree with what the last gentleman said, is that this is when the locals come to our town. I actually live in Lake Geneva. I live about a minute from here with no traffic, but I technically am town of Geneva, so I do not receive a free parking pass, do not receive a beach pass. I work and live here, but still have to pay for parking every day. Customers do come in and they say, when does free parking start? And they come and they return when free parking starts. And those are the local customers. What about the people that live here? What about the people that work here? Finding parking for staffing is challenging in itself. It's different for a retail store that has 1, 2, or 3 team members. We hope to have 30 to 35 people. I have to figure out where they're gonna park. Then I have to tell them, hey, guess what? You're either gonna have to walk 4 or 5 blocks, or you're gonna have to pay potentially anywhere from $10 to $20 a day. The snow comes. I won't even hint on the plowing issue, but we get out there, we clean these sidewalks for people to get in. Well, now they're gonna have to walk in, even in that period of time when the snow is, not handled properly, in my opinion. But I just find it to be absolutely mind-boggling that we're considering paid parking year-round when there's a surplus of income that was gained last year, potentially through parking. I think that Speedo had a great option with the concept of ticketing, right? Increase that ticket price. It doesn't hurt the people that come here and faithfully patronize our town, to come and they spend their money in our town. I think that that's a great solution to a problem that we seem to find here that I don't see to be such a big problem. That's kind of where I'm at, and I just wanted to come down and share that. So,
Thank you. Is there anyone else?
Sean Payne, 744 West Main, with Clearwater Outdoor. There's not much else I can say because everything's been said by these guys, but I just came down to support the free parking. I love the idea to go through till April 1st, like Speedo. Believe it or not, I'm agreeing with Speedo on this. But I just think it's a good idea, and I would like to know the $5. I do think that is a great idea, and I don't know if the information's out there, Seth, what you guys have done since moving up the parking, how much more has been made than when it was closed down? Because I definitely think that can be overrun with this $5. But please consider free parking and not paying year-round.
Thank you. Is there anyone else? All right, thank you very much. Item 4, approve the minutes of the March 15th, 2022 Finance Licensing and Regulation Committee meeting as prepared and distributed. We have a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the March 15th minutes.
And a second, any discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, let the record show that all in favor. 5, licenses and permits. A, discussion recommendation regarding an original application